This is NBC Nightly News with Hallie Jackson.
Good evening. As we come on the air tonight, millions are bracing for a round of dangerous extreme weather, threatening the rush to get home after the holiday weekend. Storms like this one dropping intense rain across much of the east, tearing down trees and disrupting fireworks shows across multiple states. Thousands forced to leave the National Mall here in Washington for hours on the 4th. And after the evacuation, lightning slashing through the sky during the massive fireworks display. Other dangerous moments coming not from the storms, but the celebrations themselves. Look at the flames on the Brooklyn Bridge in New York. And outside L.A., this car up in flames after firecrackers hit it. And with millions heading back home after the 4th, many bracing for potentially life-threatening flooding overnight, with a new threat of severe storms on the way. We'll have the latest forecast in just a minute, but we start with Aaron Gilchrist in Atlanta.
Nature's fury on a tear across the nation. The long holiday weekend lit up by thunderstorms that dumped rain across much of the eastern half of the country.
Oh, my God.
Over 90-mile-an-hour winds reported in Oklahoma, tearing down power lines. In Wisconsin, a surveillance camera capturing a powerful storm ripping apart a backyard. And in Maryland, lightning scorching 40 acres of a wheat field. The severe weather also disrupting Independence Day celebrations.
For your safety, all guests must seek shelter.
Thousands evacuated from the National Mall in Washington for several hours. Lightning flashing through the sky during the fireworks display. Lightning also stealing the show in Tennessee, Connecticut, and New York City. After a storm threat forced the Macy's fireworks show to start early, the night littered with 4th of July mishaps.
Oh my God, it's getting worse.
Spectators in New York watching flames and smoke rising from the Brooklyn Bridge, which had already been closed to traffic. In Los Angeles, watch as fireworks enter a crowd of spectators at a soccer stadium. Outside the city, a deadly firecracker explosion igniting a nearby vehicle. One person was killed.
Tower, we just had a firework hit our plane.
A Delta pilot on approach to Chicago's Midway Airport last night, alerting the tower to an explosion in the sky.
Definitely felt the big bang.
Today, millions of holiday travelers again crowding the nation's highways and braving jam-packed airports from coast to coast.
Atlanta is a whole nother animal, and busy, busy, busy.
The TSA says it's expecting to screen 2.9 million people today, all hoping to dodge bad weather and make it back home.
Aaron is joining us now from that busy Atlanta airport, which is dealing with the ground stop right now, Aaron, that could snarl flights for a while.
Absolutely, Hallie, all because of storms that are firing up across several parts of the country right now. We started this day at 7 a.m. with about 900 delayed or canceled flights nationwide. That number stands right now at nearly 7,000 across the country, and it is expected to still grow as the night goes on. Hallie?
Aaron Gilchrist, thank you. Let's bring in meteorologist Matt Brickman from our NBC New York station. And Matt, sounds like things are expected to get worse in the overnight hours.
Yeah, we are going to continue to see strong and severe storms throughout the night tonight and into the day on Monday. More damaging winds and large hail for the mid-Atlantic and parts of Texas. But the big concern over the coming days is going to be heavy rain. Through the day on Monday, we will see rounds of heavy rain and thunderstorms with up to 2 inches of rain an hour. Because of that, we have flood watches throughout the Northeast where you could see 2 to 6 inches of rain in about 24 hours. And as much as 8 inches locally. That will lead to flash flooding over any urban area. If there's any silver lining here, it's after the heat wave. Things are really cooling down for the first half of the week. Hallie?
That'll be a relief. Matt Brickman, thank you. To the dramatic emergency rescue now after a plane came slamming down on a New York river today. Everybody on board pulled out safely after a scary mayday call from the pilot. Here's Valerie Castro.
Tonight, the dramatic images from New York City's East River, a seaplane making a hard landing with 8 passengers on board, according to fire officials. This video taken by someone on board as the aircraft hits the water. Air traffic control audio capturing the moments after the plane went down.
Plane down on the water. We have a plane in the water. Mayday, mayday, mayday. We got 2 boats approaching. Looks like the pilot is okay.
watch as a police helicopter flies over the downed plane. This video showing NYPD boats rushing to the crash site, a towboat seen pulling up near the aircraft, and someone appearing to open the door, then stepping out onto part of the plane. Everyone was rescued. 2 people were said to have minor injuries but refused medical treatment at the scene, according to the NYPD. The FAA saying in a statement, the pilot of a Kodiak 100 seaplane made a hard landing in the East River, the impact causing a wing strut to snap. The seaplane was eventually towed from the area, according to the fire department. This comes after another incident just last month involving a seaplane on the East River near Queens, where 2 people, including the pilot, had to be rescued.
Valerie is joining us now from New York. And Valerie, it's all happening at what's been a busy time for the city's rivers and harbor.
Yeah, Hallie, just yesterday, the parade of sail took place here in the waters around Manhattan. It was the largest maritime gathering in American history. Now the FAA says it will be looking into the incident that happened here with that seaplane earlier today, and a preliminary incident report is expected to be released sometime tomorrow. Hallie.
Valerie Castro, thank you. A stunning red card reversal tonight is sending shockwaves through the World Cup, with FIFA in a 180 now allowing the U.S. men's top scorer to play in tomorrow night's make-or-break match. Dana Griffin has our new reporting on how President Trump himself stepped in.
Tonight, the stunning reversal reverberating through the soccer world as FIFA reinstates star striker Folarin Balogun, slated to sit out tomorrow's game against Belgium after getting slapped with a controversial red card for stepping on a player's leg during last week's match, Balogun calling it unintentional.
Not many places I can place my foot in such a scenario.
President Donald Trump called FIFA's president Gianni Infantino Wednesday and asked him to review the suspension, according to a source familiar with the phone conversation. Trump and Infantino have grown extremely close, fostering a tight-knit relationship over the last few years. Balogun seen today at practice, his teammates thrilled.
It gives us a boost. We're really excited.
Ultimately, I think it gives us a little bit extra confidence.
The decision sparking online reaction.
What? Guess what? They took Flo's red card away!
It's like they're laughing in our face.
President Donald Trump thanking FIFA via Truth Social for, quote, reversing a great injustice.
What do you think was behind their decision today?
You know, I think it was pretty controversial in the moment. If you looked at the replays and they really slowed it down, it did look probably worse than it was.
While the reversal is highly unusual, the FIFA Disciplinary Committee has made similar rulings in the past. Last year, Cristiano Ronaldo's 3-game ban was shortened to just 1. A major shakeup as fans gear up for another critical match.
Dana's joining us now from L.A., where fans are watching the games and all the headlines about the games. And Dana, safe to say the U.S. men's opponents tomorrow night are not too thrilled about this new development.
Not happy at all, Hallie. The Royal Belgian Football Association says that they are astonished by FIFA's decision allowing Balogun to play in the match, adding that they will be investigating all potential options ahead of tomorrow's game. And we're learning from a U.S. official that our government actually provided evidence that was used in this appeals process. Hallie.
Dana Griffin, thank you for all the action. Of course, you can watch all the games in Spanish on Telemundo and on Peacock. Also tonight, police in New York are looking for a masked gunman who opened fire at a family barbecue, leaving 8 people hurt, including 4 children. This was the holiday scene from after that shooting. Police say 1 woman is now in critical condition. Officials say they're looking into whether this may have been a gang-related attack. Here in Washington, President Trump tonight preparing for what could be a showdown on the world stage, hours after putting America's 250th front and center here at home, blending the patriotic with the political. Julie Sirkin is at the White House.
Tonight, President Trump preparing for his high-stakes NATO summit in Turkey. After spending a weekend here at home celebrating America. In front of thousands, the president taking the stage for a sprawling 50-minute speech that swung from unifying.
This is only the dawn of the golden age of America.
To sharply political.
America will never be a communist country. Won't happen.
President Trump taking a hard stance against communism.
It's like a cancer. You got to cut it out. You got to cut it out fast.
And pushing his administration's agenda.
We want to keep America great, and we will do so by approving the Save America Act which means all voters must show voter ID. There will be no mail-in ballots.
The 4th of July festivities in the nation's capital met with some controversy, too. A white supremacist group marching through the streets, waving Confederate flags. You can see them in masks here, and this striking photo showing a woman sitting beside them on the city's metro. The Interior Secretary responding this morning.
Certainly, what they stand for is nothing that I could possibly agree with, but one of the foundational principles of the United States, which makes democracy messy, is free speech.
I want to bring in Julie, who is joining us now from the White House North Lawn. Julie, as the president now turns his attention to the international stage, talk us through what else we should expect from his trip to Turkey.
Hallie, there is a lot riding on this trip for the president, who departs for Turkey's capital tomorrow evening. Tensions are still simmering between the U.S., Israel, and Iran, and the war in Ukraine is dragging into its 5th year. The president, Hallie, is set to meet with Ukrainian President Zelensky and Syrian President al-Sharaa, according to a senior U.S. official. He's also expected to hold a press conference while there. Hallie?
Julie Sirkin, thank you. To a mystery in the Middle East and the funeral happening now for Iran's late supreme leader. But the new Ayatollah? He's yet to be seen. Our Richard Engel with rare access tonight inside Iran.
Iranians today gathered in Tehran to bid farewell to their supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, killed by the U.S. and Israel 4 months ago. Among the mourners were 3 of his sons. But one son was notably absent.
Pictures of the new supreme leader are all over Tehran. Ayatollah Moshtaba is everywhere, but nowhere. He hasn't been seen in public or in video since the war began. Not even now, during his father's funeral.
A senior Iranian official denied to NBC News media reports and rumors that Ayatollah Moshtaba was badly injured or even disfigured in the attack that killed his father. The official confirmed Moshtaba was hurt, but described the injuries as not very serious. Iran has offered no explanation for his absence. It could be for security. Israel's defense minister said Moshtaba is marked for death. And it is still possible he will make an appearance, as his father's body, starting tomorrow, will be brought across Iran and into Iraq before being buried in his hometown, the Iranian city of Mashhad, on Thursday. Richard Engel, NBC News, Tehran.
Still ahead for us tonight, the underground explosion forcing evacuations on the most popular street in New Orleans. Plus, why supersized summer blockbusters may send ticket prices soaring for you. That's next. With the summer box office kicking into high gear right now, so is a new kind of ticket trend that could cost you. Just like concerts and big games, some resellers are trying to cash in on the big screen action. Chloe Malas explains.
One of the biggest movies of the summer is just days away.
Help me go home.
But movie fans may have to go on an odyssey of their own to see it.
Keep saying error, 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 error.
7 p.m.'s already sold out.
Premium seats for Christopher Nolan's eagerly anticipated new flick, The Odyssey, selling fast.
For 2 hours, I sat refreshing the page.
What if I can't?
The movie from our sister company, Universal Pictures, is the first film to be entirely shot with 70mm IMAX cameras. Traditional 35mm film fills a standard widescreen, while IMAX 70mm film reveals much more of the image above and below. It's a format available at only 25 theaters nationwide. So when tickets went on sale for opening weekend, it was a bloodbath.
Felt like Beyonce tickets. It was crazy for a movie.
Resellers trying to cash in on the hype, asking as much as $2,000 for tickets to early showings.
I'm not paying $500 for myself.
Similar tickets for Dune 3 also listed in the hundreds of dollars, months before its December release. IMAX tickets already cost almost $8 more than the average price for a seat in a theater.
There is so much fan demand for these premium format tickets that more than 20% of the domestic opening for some of last year's biggest movies came from IMAX sales alone.
It's a real bright spot in an industry that's had a hard past 6 years. It's changed movie making.
Erin Couch is a film editor at The Hollywood Reporter.
How important is it for movies to offer premium tickets as part of the experience?
If you are a movie studio, it is essential. You are leaving money on the table if you don't do this.
A battle for the box office, all for an epic experience at the movies. Chloe Malas, NBC News, New York.
We are back in a moment with the robo-taxi traffic tie-up, drawing crowds and some tow trucks. Plus, the major upset at Wimbledon and who's handing the world #1 her biggest loss at a Grand Slam in years. And some new details tonight about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's star-studded wedding reception. What prizes guests say were up for grabs. Next. Back now with new developments in an explosion in New Orleans that prompted evacuations on Bourbon Street. New Orleans police say this fire here started when a transformer exploded underground. You can see all that smoke rising into the air. This crowd of people had to clear out when the street was evacuated. The good news here, nobody was hurt. Also tonight in San Francisco, take a look at the Waymo robo-taxis stuck on the streets during July 4th celebrations. These self-driving cars, all of them, they're lined up but not moving. Some of them having to be towed after running out of batteries, apparently. The company says heavy traffic disrupted operations. And a massive upset at Wimbledon today. Naomi Osaka defeating world #1 Aryna Sabalenka to reach her first quarterfinal at the championships. American Jessica Pegula is now the highest-ranked player still standing. She's among 4 Americans still competing for the title, including Coco Gauff, who will face her next. And some new reporting tonight about the wedding of the weekend, or the year, or maybe the decade. 2 guests at Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's celebration at Madison Square Garden tell us Swift sang during her vows Friday night, and that there were raffle tickets for prizes like designer handbags, even a car. We're also learning the reception featured performances by Paul McCartney and Stevie Nicks. That's nightly news for this Sunday. But stick around. We've got Sunday Night Baseball up next with the Padres at the Dodgers. I'm Hallie Jackson. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.